Welcome back to the Fresh Pea. Today I'm going to teach you the most fundamental skill that you will learn in the kitchen: how to use a knife. There are three primary cutting styles that I want to teach you today: the cross chop, the rock chop, and the tap chop. But for starters, I want to make sure that you have a proper grip on your knife. You want to hold the knife in a way that you have lateral stability and control. If you have this finger out here like this, your knife is apt, if you're cutting something hard and round, your knife is apt to slide, and then you risk cutting your fingers. So make sure that you choke up on the knife blade or the knife handle, and you have a lot of stability in that knife, and it's not going anywhere. There's no possibility that it's going to turn in your hand. So for a cross chop is a great chop for things that are soft, like chopping herbs. To cross chop, you basically put your hand on the back part of the knife and you just chop across. So you chop one way, cross, chop the other way. It's very fast, it's very efficient, and it's an excellent skill to teach young people because your fingers are never in contact or in danger of being near the blade. You're on top of it, you're firmly pushing down on the nose of the knife, keeping the nose down, and you're just rocking the back of the blade back and forth. The thing about the cross chop is you have a ton of control whether or not you want to chop your herbs really, really finely or leave them really rough. It's up to you. Basically, if I were to hold my knife and push my thumb on it, I would not cut my thumb. If I were to slide my thumb, I would cut my thumb. So the whole premise behind the rock chop is you're sliding the knife. You're sliding it and you're pushing it away. But this edge of the blade, the very tip of the blade, is staying in contact with your surface. So this is great for really, really thin slices. And now if you do this really slowly, you will get fast over time, but you have a lot of control with the rock chop. And the third chop is the tap chop. The tap chop is when you lift your knife up. If you have something round and big and it's not as conducive because your knife is going way up here like this, then a tap chop is what you want to do. So with something like this lemon, I'm lifting the knife and pushing it down, lifting the knife and pushing it down. So those are the three basic cuts. Now that you've seen the three chopping styles, I'm going to teach you the most important aspect of knife skills. It's how to hold your food. So what you want to do is you want to create a claw. You want to hold your food so that it's not moving anywhere. Even something round like this cucumber, you're going to hold it in a way that it's not going to move. So that means your fingers down. The only thing touching the blade of the knife is going to be your first knuckle, and you are never going to raise that knife above that first knuckle. So the knife stays down nice and low. Your knuckles are pushing against the blade. So people think that the best way to not cut themselves is to stay back from the blade. Actually, it's more dangerous because you have less stability. So if you choke up on your food and you rest that blade next to your fingers, both of your hands, now you're creating something that's very solid. You're pushing your food against the knife, you're pushing your knife against your fingers, and it's all very stable. So you want to create a claw and you want to get your thumb out of the way. This is a habit I see a lot, and this is so dangerous because you're chopping along and you're moving your fingers back and you forget to move your thumb and off goes the tip. So when you're cutting and you're making your claw, you want to put that thumb backwards. And I've gotten in the habit to even push my thumb against the back of the food if it's not something that's too long. And so you are controlling with your food and your thumb, you're slowly moving your fingers back with every slice. Now, if you want bigger, chunkier slices, you move your fingers back quicker. And then you have thick slices. I want to give a big thanks to Justin Willison, who wrote a comment asking for a demo on knife skills. It's one of those fundamental techniques that's so basic to what I do that I've kind of forgotten about it. So thanks for drawing my attention to that, and I hope that you learn something and you take this knowledge and it just gives you a little more confidence in the kitchen. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.